What's up, guys? CLUTCHUPCAT out here today, working on something a little bit different. We got Patty out here.
What's up, guys?
With the Ninja 300 2013. So we're gonna be helping him install some stunt parts. He's doing a full build on this thing. It's gonna be pretty badass. So these are just pretty much the same thing as a full 600 size bike. Same wheelbase, everything, just a little bit less power. So to say the least, you almost got to be a little bit more controlled to ride it than you do a 600, but he's got some goodies on here that came with it already, like the rear sets and stuff. We're gonna try and get the matching side working over here maybe when we get done. And he's got the full setup he's gonna be doing, so I'll get started on what parts we got. So he's got the full dirt bar setup, stunt seat. Do you know who made that stunt seat?
Top Stitch.
Top Stitch stunt seat. This thing's pretty badass.
So that way it's got a nice hard plate back here and back here.
Yeah, I was feeling that earlier. It feels like it's
back here too.
super dense back here.
It's pretty nice.
And up in the front for sit downs too. And then he's got the risers for the dirt bars. Is that a new throttle or
Extended throttle cable?
extended throttle cable for the dirt bars? And then the whole sprocket and chain setup. Check this thing out.
Shout out to my man James at Fifth Gear Sprockets for this thing, man. If you guys need any sprockets, Fifth Gear is definitely the guy to go to. Very quick turnover time. Took me less than a month to get this thing, so worked out pretty nicely.
Fifth Gear sprockets. Got the bolt pattern for his bike. Got it quick. That's what I'm talking about. He's got a little LED pod set up here. We might try and mount it a little more sturdy. So
Garbage.
we'll be doing probably the chain and sprocket first, and then come up to the dirt bars and drill out this triple tree and show that whole process. Alright, so the first step is going to be taking this chain off. This chain doesn't have a master link and we don't have any tools to press it off, so I got the old grinder out here with a cutoff wheel. I'm just going to go to one of these smaller inner links, cut through both sides of it, and then we'll keep going. Taking the wheel off, you will need a 24 for this side of the axle, and then a 17 for this side. And then for the chain adjusters, you're going to want to break those loose. You need a 12mm and a 14mm. So we'll go ahead and start on that, and then keep rolling.
Like the cool blue light. Like the cool blue light. Like the cool blue light.
Alright, next is taking off the sprocket. So we left the spacers and everything and just put the axle up for a second. This is 14mm as well. I'm going to loosen all those up, and then we'll put the new sprocket on.
Like the cool blue light.
Alright, so we got the sprocket on with the axle back in, still loose. We left these up all the way as far as they could go, so we can leave more slack since we got a bigger sprocket. Next we're going to do this EK chain. Pull it out. Got a gold chain, like a balla.
It's a 520 by 120 links. If you end up building a 300 stunt bike, definitely go with the 120 so you have a few extra links. Never want to be too short.
Let's grab our master link. So then we got our master link over here. That's the same color. That looks good on there with the gold chain.
Hell yeah.
So this guy, we'll grind this down flush, take this chain over to the vise and pop this pin out since we don't have a chain breaker tool. And then this master link here will replace this link, and then we'll be able to tighten the slack with the tensioners. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead, we marked the one that we need, we're going to go ahead and grind it off, take off the extra slack, and then our master link will go from this link right here to the other end of the chain. So I got a cut off blade on here, I'm just going to go a little bit of an angle, and you want to just bring it down to flush to take the mushroom top off of this little pin in here. And then you can take a pin or a center tap or something and knock the pin out of the inside. So start on that.
See, stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on two separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on two separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.
If you mount the vise on this ridge, there's a little bit of overhang, so it'll kind of brace the chain from slipping down. And then we'll just go ahead and punch this out. That is out. Now, chain's good to go. Got our two O-rings still in there, so we're good. Good trick for these master links, if you squeeze the two ends of the link together, sandwich it, it'll kind of stay put like that. And then you just put the clip over halfway like that, get a flathead screwdriver, taps right in. So that's all good to go. Chain's on there, now we'll just adjust it and move on to the next step. Alright guys, so now we're drilling out the triple clamps to fit these dirt bars on here. Throwing some moose antlers on this 250. So pretty much we took off the clip-ons that were on here and everything that was attached to it, which is really easy. It was Phillips and a 10mm. I'm not going to add that into this video because those weren't stock clip-ons on here, so it's probably not what you're going to have on your bike. So we're going to use the top two mounting holes for the stock bars and drill those out all the way through. And I already checked to make sure it'll line up with the bars and we're good to go. So start on that. drilled out. So now I'll go ahead and show you what the bars look like on there. Just like that.